Hello everybody and welcome back to the new VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're going to be talking about a crazy new VR headset that features a lot of immersive technology and you use while laying down. It's inspired by the full dive system of Sword Art Online, and it's some extremely interesting technology. We also have this week's new VR game releases, a couple of surprise announcements, and some really cool new updates to go over. There are of course links and timestamps in the description, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Kiwi Design, one of my favorite sites for VR accessories. They just released some brand new Quest 2 hand straps that'll give you that Valve Index feel and allow you to completely let go of the controllers. They also have plenty of other accessories like controller weights for those of you who work out in VR, cable management systems, and my favorite accessory, their super durable and extra comfy Quest 2 Elite strap. There are links down in the description, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support this channel. Okay, so let's start things off with this week's new release schedule. And first up is the meditative experience Maloka coming to the Quest on December 14th. In Maloka, you will grow your island and evolve your spirit through guided meditation featuring beautiful visuals designed to increase beta and theta wave activity. This is obviously a bit more of an application than an actual game, but if it actually works as intended, this is probably something I should try. But if you're not interested in chilling out and rather be a rock star, Unplugged is coming to the PC this Tuesday, December 14th. This title was previously available on the Quest, exclusively featuring hand-tracked controls. So if you're looking to become a rock star and play this on PC, you're going to need Valve Index controllers. So if you were a fan of games like Guitar Hero, well now you finally have a VR version to play, featuring music from artists like Ozzy Osbourne, Weezer, and The Offspring. Now, if that's still not enough action for you, on December 14th, we're also getting Down and Out, which has you walking down alleys and punching people in the face. Down and Out is an open-world, story-driven VR brawler. So travel the streets showing that you're the meanest and toughest guy out there, collect some cash, earn some swag, and maybe even adopt a dog. It's a new take on your typical VR fighting game. Now, if you're looking to keep the adrenaline and the violence level high, we have the new rhythm title, Against. Against is a combination of Beat Saber and Pistol Whip, but instead of slicing blocks and generic enemies, you're taking down some monstrous fantasy creatures. There's also an awesome level of parkour involved, which will have you wall running and jumping up buildings. It's an awesome new take on the rhythm genre that I can't wait to try out. Okay, did things suddenly get a bit too violent? How about a game of darts instead? On Thursday, December 16th, the Quest is getting Forever Darts. From the same studio that brought you Forever Bowl, this game is exactly what you're expecting. Just jump in, meet a few people online, and play a few rounds of darts. You could use your controllers or hand tracking if you prefer, and this title is also ideal for house parties, as you could just pass the headset around. So if you're a big fan of playing darts, but can't play in your house and can't get to the bar, this title might be ideal for you. Now, also on the 16th, we have one more title, which isn't actually a full release, but it's a brand new adventure for Demeo. The third adventure pack, The Roots of Evil, is coming. It features a brand new playable bard character, a new forest environment, and a slew of new enemies. Demeo is a fantastic tabletop simulator that I highly recommend. It's not quite Dungeons and Dragons in VR as some people tend to refer to it, but it does remind me of a game I grew up playing and absolutely loved called Heroes Quest. So if you're looking for something to scratch that tabletop itch and are yet to pick up Demeo, well now you have one more reason. Okay, so that's this week's release schedule, but we did also get some exciting new game announcements. The biggest one is obviously Among Us is coming to VR by Shell Games, the studio that brought us Until You Fall and I Expect You to Die. It's currently confirmed for the PlayStation VR and Quest 2, and the art style is looking absolutely fantastic, but besides that, we have no additional information. I've previously played an unofficial VR version of Among Us in VR chat, and it was an absolute blast, so my expectations for the official version are extremely high. Now, while we're on the topic of cute, cartoon stylized graphics, we have to mention the Gazzlers trailer. Gazzlers is a co-op on-rail shooter that looks absolutely insane. It's like your favorite childhood cartoon, and a baby with both Borderlands and Mad Max. You'll have to survive an epic journey across multiple landscapes while being chased by hordes of enemy vehicles. It looks like an extremely wild ride that I at least have to give a try. An early access release is coming to Steam sometime next year, and I will obviously keep you guys updated. Speaking of updates, Meta's Horizon Worlds is finally available to jump into. Well, sort of. The platform is currently available to US and Canadian residents who are 18 and older. Horizon Worlds is a social application similar to Rec Room. You can jump in, meet some people, play a handful of games, and even begin creating your own worlds. The title's been a few years in the making now, and the original betas, back when it was called Facebook Horizons, weren't looking great, but I guess now I'll have to jump back in and see if things have improved. There is huge potential in these social applications, but it's generally hard to get someone to abandon a platform like Rec Room, VR Chat, or Neo's VR. So Meta will need to include some amazing content, or some features you just can't find anywhere else. Now, speaking of new content, the Blaston Artic Blast update is here. Blaston is a fantastic 1v1 shooter with some truly unique mechanics. The Artic Blast update brings with it a new environment, a new gameplay mode with randomized loadouts, a new weapon, avatar, and tournament system. And the game is now playable in pass-through mode with the quest, meaning you'll be able to see the real world like you normally do when pass-through is enabled. However, you will still be fighting against a virtual avatar. I don't think it'll add too much to the game itself, but overall it's a pretty cool feature. Speaking of cool features, master modder Luke Ross is working on a VR mod for Cyberpunk 2077. Luke has previously made VR mods for GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, if nothing goes wrong, we can expect to see this mod release in January. And we do have some other good news here, because Luke has been developing an overall VR framework to make it much easier to mod basically any game. With this in place, he's expecting to be able to pump out a new VR game mod every single month. For now, though, we'll just keep an eye on this and see what develops. Speaking of developments, Sony recently gave us a look at some impressive VR hardware tech. They have a 4K per eye micro OLED display utilizing an extremely low latency system. Now, this technology is not being utilized in any specific headset at the moment. It's simply R&D. But the technology can be utilized in both commercial and enterprise level headsets. While I'm all for VR technology moving forward, we should be prioritizing software more than hardware at the moment. The technology in the Valve Index is basically 4 years old at this point, and we're still not pushing it to its full potential. But on that note, we could push hardware in a new direction, and that's what the Half Dive headset is looking to do. Inspired by the full dive system in the Sword Art Online anime, we have Half Dive. The Half Dive is designed to be used while laying down, something that my old ass finds very intriguing. Joking aside, VR fatigue is a real thing, and there have been moments where I did want to use my Oculus Quest while laying down, but many applications won't accommodate this. This headset might also be more friendly to individuals with disabilities, and it's also striving to really up the immersion with an array of features we can't find anywhere else. This includes a built-in surround sound system, 2 fans to simulate weather conditions, haptic feedback both in the base and the head strap itself, foot pedal controls, and a wire pulley system to simulate interacting with objects. Now, the Kickstarter campaign for this headset will be up this month, and I'm actually considering supporting it, but I am also extremely skeptical. But since you're not actively wearing this headset seated or standing, things like weight no longer matter, which is a huge developmental advantage, and they're not making excessively bold claims like the Deca Gear did. The screen resolution is 1600 by 1440 per eye at 90 Hz, a 134-degree field of view. It would support all Steam VR applications, and the base model would come in at $700 or $1,100 for the entire kit, which includes all the accessories I previously mentioned. There's really nothing in that mix that throws up any red flags, except for that pulley system that I really need to see in action. Otherwise, things like haptic feedback, a multi-speaker surround system, 2 fans, and the overall specs of the headset and that price tag are all completely reasonable. Honestly, there are plenty of nights where I am laying in bed, I'm not quite tired yet, and do wish I could jump into VR for a little bit, but I'm not getting out of bed or walking around my bedroom with an Oculus Quest on. So in this case, the Half Dive would be ideal. I'm gonna follow this project, reach out, try and get my hands on one as soon as possible, and let's hope this product really happens. Okay, everybody, that was the new VR news. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you guys on next time.